Jackie Robinson, before he broke the color barrier, was in the U.S. military. There was a story about him on the U.S. government website. It got deleted. It then was reposted, and DEI was in the URL. Jeff Passan made a huge fuss about it. Shout out to Jeff. They have since fixed it and restored it. And this is what folks who are on the right side, the correct side of Jackie Robinson have been saying. Calling Jackie Robinson a DEI hire is insulting. And everyone who agrees with me politically was saying that. And that's why we lose arguments. Because we have just seeded the ground that, oh yeah, DEI is bad. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. What that means is people who didn't deserve a job got one. And don't you dare call Jackie Robinson DEI because he wasn't. He deserved it. But what people don't see is that's how the bad actors win, is by reframing definitions. Because a DEI hire is not someone who did not deserve the job who got it. That's just what they have claimed it is. And now folks are like, you can't call Jackie Robinson DEI hire. It's insulting. Guys, in Major League Baseball, Jackie Robinson was the definition of a DEI hire. And that's why we need it.
Damn. Wait, who's this guy? This is why I always ask for like DEI policies, and nobody has ever in the history of all of everything been able to give a DEI policy. Like, what is this DEI shit you're talking about? Because if it was truly the case that there were a bunch of these qualified people that were getting passed over for jobs because of like a DEI hire, I feel like we'd be talking about it, right? Where are these things happening?
It is incumbent that we not cede ground and that we instead say, let's have the actual argument. And the actual argument is the reason DEI policies came to exist was not to elevate undeserving people. It was to make sure deserving people of all colors, creeds, genders, ethnicities had a shot. Pre-DEI, things were a meritocracy, true and clear, and that's how it should be. Pick the industry, pick the data set, and go out there and argue, folks on the other side, that it was that when, and I'll give you the actual data. How many governors in U.S. history have been black? The answer to that question is 5.
How many governors in U.S. history have been black? The answer is 5? Damn, is that true?
Kind of 6. But 1 during Reconstruction, would have been 1 more during Reconstruction, but that fella got, died suddenly in his office due to a suspicious poisoning. Can't quite figure out what happened there. So 4 black governors since Reconstruction. Was that all merit? Was that, listen, it just hasn't happened? Was never a good black gubernatorial candidate.
And I love what he says about, I love what he says when he says, force them to make the argument. Because he's not saying you'll automatically win, because you might not automatically win, but at the very least, you can have them be more honest about their positions, right? In a perfect meritocratic world, there would be no black governors. Like, make them make that argument, because a lot of them won't. And then when people hear it, it'll feel differently, okay? Make them make the argument.
Again, if your argument is, when the numbers were literally 98-2, white guy to everyone else, that's when we had a merit-based system. And now that the numbers are slightly going towards the actual demographics of the country, that's all bullshit,
slightly,
elevating undeserving people, then make that argument.
Yes.
And folks who are saying amen to what I'm saying, make them make that argument.
Yes.
What you can't do is let them
seed the ground immediately of like, okay, you're right. We are doing DEI because truly no black people are probably actually qualified to be in politics. No women are actually able to fly airplanes, right?
You're not going to win arguments if you only have them on other people's terms. Stand firm and say, here are the numbers. Here is how disproportionate in every industry, in every position of power, in every political sphere, white males are. Is that, because, in your opinion, because they are simply smarter, more equipped, savvier, all of it? If that's what you believe, if that's what they believe, make them argue that. If they won't say that's what they believe, then ask them, so how do we fix that? What are the policies one would have to implement to make sure we're actually getting the best and the brightest?
Ooh, the P word, not the P word. Policies, no. I just wanted about trans people.
Instead, we've let them turn DEI into a slur, a buzzword, meaning it's synonymous for unqualified doofus that gets a job, and tar any black person or minority who has a big-time job as that.
The truly insulting thing here, and nobody cares because, again, it's literally just one egregious, horrendous thing after another, was when Trump, he said this, right? Right after that plane crash over DCA, he said that it was a DEI pilot. Didn't he say that?
I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash.
Because I have common sense, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of people don't. We want brilliant people doing this. This is a major chess game at the highest level.
Like, it's just insane to be making comments like this when you have no information. It's just unreal.